Welcome everyone and thanks for tuning in to another episode of Corners Podcast. Today we are going to talk about the stadium attendance. But first, as you already know, I'm interested in football clubs from all around the world. This time we are going to Serbia to gain some knowledge about spectators' attendance intentions for a football game. Attending live sporting events is a popular leisure and entertainment activity for people. Attendance is one of the primary revenue sources for a professional team in every level of the industry. As Deloitte stated, clubs generate approximately $1.2 billion in gate receipts. Also explained that achieving high attendance levels on a regular basis is essential for sport clubs because of the major impact that it has on ticket sales. Services within the facility bring more revenue for the club than gate receipts according to Rui Baskaya, such as parking, food and beverages, merchandise and souvenirs. Rui stated that as attendance increases, clubs tend to be more attractive for sponsors as well. The reason for that is sponsors expose their products to a wider audience. There are many factors regarding enhancing stadium attendance. According to Holt and Malnick, a full stadium can bring excitement and a great atmosphere which have a positive impact on the organization. Moreover, other elements can add more satisfaction to the consumers, such as building a new stadium with new services. I came across one study that was conducted in 2000 by Brett Hill and Christian, explained that a full stadium is not the strongest attraction for potential consumers. Two major spectator intentions were stronger, which was fan loyalty and psychological involvement. Loyalty to the home team is a significant predictor for supporters. It can be considered a pre-existing condition according to Brad and Christian, because fans' loyalty is to the team playing and not the venue. However, it is the only way that a football club can increase attendance. Kim and Scott explained that psychological involvement has also been shown to impact spectators' future attendance intentions. They refer to different factors such as standing position within the league or the level of the league the team is playing. The higher the league, the more people will attend games. Rui Biskaya, on the other hand, who wrote a review in 2015, stated that a full arena is one of the strongest attractions for fans. I guess it is important to look at the topic from different perspectives. Every literature has its own ways on how to improve fan engagement. I'm really curious about this topic, so I decided to focus this episode on the following question. What are the main factors that football clubs use to increase or even maintain their stadium attendance? My guest today, Csongor Vég, who is an academic director of a Serbian football club called Topoja Sport Club, will share his experiences with us and hopefully will help answering the research question. I got to know him during applying for my internship. Csongor studied sport and fitness administration and management. After finishing his bachelor's, he did the UEFA coach license and worked in 5 different clubs as the head coach of the youth team. Besides this, he also learned at R-Med Academy and became the TRX trainer. Now he is working in Serbia at Topoja Sporting Club and trying to improve young athletes' skills. Moreover, he helps to control the marketing department in order to satisfy consumer needs. But now, let's talk with Csongor. Welcome, Csongor. I'm really excited to have you and thank you for your time as well. I really appreciate it. Before we talk, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fine, thank you for asking. Actually, we had a game yesterday with the best team in Serbia, but unfortunately we lost, so we have to improve to climb up on the table board. Currently, we are fourth in the championship, but of course the goal is to win it.
Oh, that's really unfortunate to hear. I hope you will get your goal. So, actually, my first question for you is, What are the ways football clubs can increase their stadium attendance?
First of all, to tell you the truth, Topolya is performing really well in the highest league in Serbia. The club has the newest and the most modern stadium and facilities that can provide entertainment for fans. This year is the third season of the first league, so to make a full house is relatively easy because fans are more interested in the club as we stay in the highest level, and and an important factor is to perform well, which I think is a crucial thing when it comes to increasing stadium attendance. It's really hard thing to do because as performance gets worse, fans immediately switch to other activities. We not only have to fight against other clubs, but other sports or facilities.
Yeah, sorry for interrupting, but what do you mean by other facilities? Can you elaborate on that more?
Yeah, sure. I mean that sometimes people like to play video games or go to cinemas and watch movies rather than see the games. Attracting fans' attention is essential when you want to increase the attendance of the stadium.
So the second question is, what are the key motivating factors for your fans to persuade themselves to attend a sporting event?
Well, we promote our games with our fans before important games. For instance, when we play against Red Star or Partizan Belgrade, which are the top teams in the league, selling tickets for fans is quite easy because they want to see the team and the opponent how they play and why they defeat teams. In the Serbian league, most teams do not attract fans' attention because because they don't have the facility or simply because they don't perform very well. So, the first motivating factor is probably performance and the opponent team position in the league. Really important to mention that some teams sell tickets for free just to motivate people to come to matches and bring their family members to the games. I haven't heard of this option in other leagues, but it helps for clubs to enhance attendance.
Oh yeah, that's a really interesting point that you come up with. I haven't heard of this option either. I actually like this idea that fans can enter free in the stadium. And well, throughout my research, I learned that the spectators' intentions can be psychological. What do you think consumers depend on these factors, such as where the team stands within the league?
That's a really good point. Spectators' intentions can be psychological because we recognize that psychological involvement has shown to impact consumer behavior. As I mentioned before, fan engagement depends on team performance, where the team stands within the league. These are indispensable factors for consumers and for us. If the club is winning or bringing good results, this is an indicator in the mind of the fans and also shows them that the club is going in a positive and effective way. They trust the process and trust in the club, youth development and academic program. Another thing in terms of the spectators' intention to attend the game is the players. Some players have a huge fan base on Instagram or Facebook. Fans not only want to see the games, but watch how their favorite player performs.
The following question is Rui Baskai stated in his research that a full stadium can bring more attraction for other attendees. And what is your personal opinion? For full stadium really can bring more people?
I definitely agree with the statement that Rui stated because top teams bring more fans, also supporters from the opponent team, which create a wonderful and exciting vibe during the game. The atmosphere is way better, so everybody is cheering and motivating their team for a better performance on the football field. It influences the following game. more people are likely to attend games after a satisfactory result. In my personal opinion, a great atmosphere can bring more people to the facility, but we also experienced this on ticket sales. We actually sell 10 times easier and faster tickets. Unfortunately, we have some problems with broadcasting rights because the Football Association in Serbia put games in the middle of the week, which makes it harder to bring consumers to the facility and sell tickets. The schedule of upcoming games has no structured fans, and we really don't know when the game is going to happen, which is a big disadvantage regarding promoting an event. The Serbian Football Association gives 1 week notice to clubs when the next game is going to be held, which is outrageous. This is why it is really hard to promote games and bring more fans to the stadium.
Yeah, I'm really want to know how can you improve stadium experience, because I heard that you recently built a new stadium, right? Yeah, I did some research. And how does it affect the spectators' intentions?
Yeah, you're right. New stadiums have a big impact on fan behavior and intentions. Fans like to support their team in a good environment, and modern stadiums meet these requirements. More facilities in the stadium can bring more fan engagement. The previous stadia had no buffet or VIP section. However, the new one has everything in it: well equipped stands, modern restrooms, VIP section for important visitors. Also, we have shops where loyal fans can buy merchandise like jerseys, boots, and balls. One way to improve stadium experience is to be creative and and invest in your club and its facilities. We also built Youth Academy so parents can watch games with their kids. Players who are playing for us have free access to every home game. That is how we want to motivate them. One day they will be there and playing against big teams.
New stadiums can be a big factor when it comes to fan engagement, as you mentioned before. During the construction of the stadium, was the importance of the spectators influencing this design?
We built a new stadium 3 years ago because it's a requirement from the association if you want to play in the first league. Our workers went and watched other stadiums beforehand to gather as much information and ideas as possible. We think it's not a shame to learn or even steal ideas from other clubs that can be useful for us. Moreover, the fans could have a say in structure and the design of the stadium. We outlined 2 stadium designs from where they could pick one. The most interesting will be picked. This way, we increased our fans' intentions to be present on game days because they picked the stadium where they want to support the team. These little things can add up and be a crucial factor on fans' intention at the end.
So actually, my last question is, how does it influence fans' attendance if a team is winning or losing, and does it have any effect on consumers as well?
Winning or losing is the most important factor which can influence fan attendance in home game events. We experienced it as a successful club that winning is everything in the world of football, not only in football but every other sport as well. Interesting fact is winning brings less fans to the stadium because losing has a higher impact on people's psychological behavior to not attend more games until they perform well, and the winning streak goes up. We lost 20% of our fans when we had a bad performance on the field or we were in a losing streak. However, we only gained 5% interest when we got back to winning games. It's incredible how people's behaviors change from one day to another. Moreover, players leaving a club can be an influence on selling tickets. For instance, let's see when Messi left Barcelona. Fans barely went to games and sold merchandise. We don't have superstars like Messi who can influence the whole club's future, but there are players who can affect fan engagement.
Thank you for this interview. It really helped me and hope the audience as well to look more depth into the question. Take care of yourself and have a great day. I hope we see each other as soon as possible.
Thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure to speak with you.
Based on Django's answer and literature, it is really easy for me to say that the research question is being answered. The most important factors when it comes to increasing stadium attendance is the performance of the team, which bring and attract fans' attention. The opponent team can influence fan engagement because if a strong or a top-level team comes, it brings fans with them and greater atmosphere. Other essential factor is the team position within the league. If it's up in the top 5, more people are likely to come to games as if stand in the lower position on the table. Moreover, building new stadium and modern facilities can also be a key factor for supporter attentions. Important to note that players can be a key element in the system as well. Buying and selling players have an impact on fan attendance. Also, it can affect selling merchandise, which is essential because clubs get their money from selling tickets and merch as well. Last but not least, atmosphere that Django stated is indispensable because in great atmosphere people are more likely to attend games. All in all, we get to know how a club thinking regarding increasing fan base and engagement or even maintain it. It can be hard sometimes, but innovating and building can solve problems most of the time.